All right, guys. So for this video, we are going to explore inter-VLAN routing utilizing SVIs. So this could be an alternative method from router on a stick, where we could configure a layer of, I guess you can say layer 3 switch, a switch that has routing properties uh, that it would basically act as a router and switch combined, and we could configure virtual IPs or gateways for these three VLANs that we're going to configure, install here in these circles. All right, so let's get started. So for this network, we are just going. We don't need a router for this. We will need a switch with routing properties. So layer 3 switch. And we are also going to utilize 3 VLANs. So we can make this one VLAN 10. We'll call it engineering. And we'll give it the IP network of, we'll just say 10.10. Just for simplicity's sake, 10.0/24. We can make this one VLAN 20. This one can be HR department, or just leave it as HR. This one can be 20.20.20.0/24. And this one can be VLAN 30. We can call this one operations, and its network will be 30.30.30.0/24 as well. All right. For this demonstration, we are just going to put one PC in each of these VLANs. Of course, there would be more devices connected than one device, but this is just showing that we can actually use SVIs in such a way. So here's PC 0, PC 1 representing VLAN 10, and PC 2 representing VLAN 30. All right, we will get our connections from the switch to the PC. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do first is configure the interfaces here. So this interface is going to VLAN 10, this interface going to VLAN 20, and this interface going to VLAN 30. The end goal is using this multi-layer switch configured with SVIs to be able to introduce inter-VLAN routing, sort of as a another alternative method to router on a stick. So let's go ahead and do that. Sorry guys, pushed the wrong button. So our first interface to VLAN 10 is fast Ethernet 002. So we will, well, actually, before we configure the interfaces, let's go ahead and make our VLANs. So we'll start with VLAN 10. Enable conf t, we will say VLAN 10. This is where we're going to name the VLAN, but there are other options here. Let's say name. We want to name it engineering. Okay, exit, interface, VLAN 10. You can see our VLAN 10 is now up. We want to check the options that we have. Let's include a description. I'm going to push tab here to make that autofill. And we'll say SVI to engineering department. Something like that. All right. We'll configure the IP address. What we'll do is we'll configure this interface as the first IP of the VLAN, the network the VLAN is attached to. So in this scenario, it's going to be 10.10.10.1, 255.255.255.0. And then I think that's all we're going to do for now. Yep. Let's say do write, do show VLAN brief. And we can see do show VLAN brief shows VLAN 10 engineering. And we can say do show run instead. And we'll be able to see the whole description as well. So SVI to engineering department, VLAN 10. Just as something to make it easy for someone who may have to reconfigure this or modify it in some way. They can see what's connected to what. All right. So interface VLAN 10 is good for now. Let's exit. We're going to configure VLAN 20 next. So VLAN 20, we'll start with the name. HR, exit, interface, VLAN 20 to bring the VLAN 20 up. Description, I'm going to push tab. Tab serves as basically an autofill, similar to like if you use the Android or Apple device. I'm going to say SVI to HR department. All right. IP address is going to be the first IP address of this network here. So 20.20.20.1, 255.255.255.0. Do write. All right. Do show VLAN brief. There we go. VLAN 20 is HR. Do show run. And we have our description. Cool. All right, so the last one we're going to assign, the last VLAN we're going to create, is VLAN 30, exit, VLAN 30. We'll name this one operations. Okay, and then we'll say interface VLAN 30. Description is going to be SVI to operations department. All right, IP address is going to be 30.30.31, 255.255.255.0. Do right. All right. So the interface, the VLANs are created. Now we need to configure each individual interface leading to a VLAN as a switch port. So let's start with 1, 2, 3. Let's start with, this is a little unorthodox, but we'll start with 01 first, going to VLAN 20, and then we'll do 10, and then we'll do 30. So, all right, so exit interface F0/1. I'm going to say to create a switch port, we'll say switch port mode access, switch port access, oops. We'll say VLAN 20 because we're configuring this one right now to VLAN 20. Okay, do right. And this is what you want to see. It's basically spanning tree protocol, just going through the listening and learning phases while the switch port changes didn't take effect. So this should be all we need to do for this. Now we're going to do the same thing for this interface leading to VLAN 10 and this interface leading to VLAN 30, sorry. So we'll say interface F0/2, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. All right, exit, and interface F0/3, switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 30. You right? Okay, so all my interfaces are brought up, my VLANs are set up. Now all we have to do is configure the IP addresses on the computers. And what we're going to do is make the computers the second IP address of each individual network. And then finally, we're going to ping and make sure everything can connect to everything else. Sorry, let's go. So the default gateway of VLAN 20 is going to be the SVIs, the address that we gave the SVI. So we'll say 20.20.20.1. And the IP address of the computer will be the second address of the network. Subnet mask is going to try to default as a class A. We are going to make it /24. There we go. Perfect. All right. Same thing with this one. So the default gateway of VLAN 10 is going to be 10.10.10.1. And the actual IP address of the computer will be 10.10.10.2. 255.255.255.0 because we made it /24. And these networks are just for simplicity's sake. Let's see. 30.30.30.1 is the default gateway of VLAN 30. All right. The IP address of the computer is going to be the second of the network. 255.255.255.0. Perfect. And that should be all. Let us make sure that every single VLAN can talk to each other. So we'll start with VLAN 20 trying to talk to VLAN 10 and VLAN 30. So I'll say ping 10.10.10.1 for the 2.2 is all the computers. So we're trying to get to this network. Request timed out. The first one usually fails due to the ARP. All right, so let's just check our configurations. I didn't enable IP routing on this. So let's go ahead and do that. Exit. At least I don't think I did. Let me see. Do show run. No IP routing. Okay, so the reason it failed is with layer 3 switches to make them route IPs or move traffic with IP addresses, you have to use the command IP routing. And now they should be able to talk to each other. Let's try it again. So I push the up arrow. And if this doesn't work, we will look at our configurations. There it goes. So VLAN 20 can talk to VLAN 10. Can it talk to VLAN 30? So ping 30.30.30.2. So traffic from VLAN 20 to VLAN 30. There we go. And let's make sure we have two-way traffic. Okay, VLAN 10 is going to try to communicate with VLAN 20. Ping 20.20.20.2. There we go. Ping 30.30.30.2. Perfect. All right, and last but not least, we will try two-way communication with VLAN 30. First with VLAN 10. There we go. And finally with VLAN 20. Awesome. So this is a very simple video with a very simple network on how to configure layer 3 switch and VLANs for inter-VLAN routing with SVIs. Thank you for watching.